Welcome to a new day in Empyrion Galactic Survival, and in this part we're going to be working on my new base. What I've already done is laid out the core. The reason for that is, I don't know if you guys have experienced this problem, but I have had a problem placing the core on this beach. I've put the core out and then I've been unable to hook blocks to it, so it's almost like the game recognises that the base is there but the blocks wouldn't hook to it. So what I've had to do is fiddle around a little bit. I actually had to reload the game a couple of times and start again to get the core, because it seems once I got one bad core it wouldn't hook there. Looks like I've got a problem over there, so we may have to build from my ship, which is going to be a little bit of a pain in the neck. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to hook this up here, and we're just going to get here, and we're going to put these blocks down here like that. I'm just going to jump in the ship. The ship shouldn't pick up the weight. I'm just going to, now I think I'm going to get to the full 3 meter height. What I want to do in this part is build the core, you could say machine room, residential area, working towards the beach. And believe it or not, I do have a plan for this. I haven't actually practiced the build, but what I've done is I've made a sketch of the layout, and what I want to make is a very compact machine room. Let me just work this out. And what I want it to be is 5 by 5 for the machine room. I'm just going to lay this out. And what I want to do is put all my core constructors and power resources in here. This was what I should do, is actually start knocking out the power. But I think we're going to build the main structure first. I just want to make sure I get this right. So we're going to, what the idea is to have a central corridor through here, and then a space for the generator, the fuel tanks, the solar capacitors, maybe the large or the small constructor there, some space for containers there, and then I think what we're going to do is come out to this way and then to this way. That's going to be the size of the room. I mean, I really could handle the texture tools, but the trouble with the texture tools is, well, I have to unlock them. You can see here, you can't actually unlock them to build a small constructor. Now, I have been watching Spange's series where he's been fixing up an old farm, and he's been able to power up and not be attacked. But to be honest, I'm not convinced that applies to when you build your own base. I think it's a little bit, I think if you take over something, the game still has this little bit of a blind spot for those bases. And I think if you power up a base, you're going to have a bit of a problem. And I'm just laying out the line of the walls, and I do have an idea for the construction. I don't want to go with the usual block horrible build. So what I want to do is, well, I'm going to, it's without saying that, it's going to be, whoops, I'm just going to turn that there. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough concrete blocks for this. I think my ship might get in the way in a minute. Actually, I think that we can get that way. I think I've made a mistake already, because if I put this back here, can I say, yep, I've made a mistake already. I'm just gonna pick that block back up. And what I really want to do here is get the main construction. Oops, no. What I want to do is just put that in like that. So we've got this room here. It's too wide across like that. So we should be able to get. Now the idea is we should have enough space for a large constructor there, a solar capacitor there, the small constructor there, advanced constructor there, and then the power supply on this side. That's the idea anyway. I think if we, as I say, I keep pausing, guys, it's because I'm looking down at my plan that I've drawn. I've actually drawn it out on graph paper, and yes, I am sad, but that's the only way I seem to be able to build. And the trouble is, I'm still not very good at being disciplined, so I can almost guarantee that I'm going to go off plot very quickly. I think that is there. Whoops, I don't want to do that. And I'm not convinced I want to go up too high with the concrete as well. I'd like to have maybe a thing. Now comes the tricky bit. I've built the bit that I know I can build. Now I think this is the block that I'm looking for now. And what we're going to do is just run this across like that. And I have used these blocks before, and they can. Slot that in like that. That gives the room too high, isn't it? But what I want to do is make the room seem a little bit bigger than what it should be by going up a... Oops. Come on, don't mess about, game. That should now turn this into... What I want is this effect like this. Because I'm really going through the... Actually, no. Change your mind, guys. As I said, I think what we're going to do is take this off the top like that. I think we'll go to steel blocks at this level. So there's a change in texture. What we're going to do is come here, and I think we're going to just put out 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to have is the machine room here, a residential base room running out towards the water here. I've got no idea how long this is going to be. I've got an idea for the structure, but I'm not sure what I actually want to do with it. I'm probably going to run out of blocks as well. Just going to turn that round, put that on that side, and turn you round that way. And I think I'm just going to pop that there. First that there. Actually, I'm quite happily building here. I suppose what I could do is knock up the basics while I'm at it. Bit of a fail there, guys. Sorry about that. I think what we're going to do is just jump off here and get in here. Yep, I forgot completely about it. I was so wrapped up with the thing. Oops, we haven't even unlocked the small constructor. Base. Oh, we're going to need the small generator and the fuel tank. You also see that I've now reached level 8. That's because I was out and about making a few things. well, collecting rocks actually. I need the ammo box. I'm not going to rush for the, because I could unlock the large constructor, but I'm not going to build that straight away. Got the fridges. I'm not worried about the food processor straight away, or the armor locker. I think I'll unlock that just in case we go into panic mode. We got the capacitors. I want the larger solar panels, but we're not going to go for the solar panels too quickly. I think that's about it. And what I need now, we certainly need the small constructor, and we need a couple of capacitors. We need the small generator as a backup to get us started, and we need I think I'll make 2 fuel tanks. Anything else do I need at the moment? We need, oh yeah, we need, I think I'm going to make 4 cargo boxes. Don't need the fridges at the moment, although that's actually, yeah, that's the base fridge. So I'm just going to let that build while I keep working to get back into the ship. The ship sunk down a bit then, which is slightly concerning. Oops, and jump out on top. Right. And I think what we're going to do is just block that in. Create that effect. I do need to put these corners in, but I'm not sure how I can do that. Well, let's give the corners a go. They should be these, shouldn't it? It always annoys me that the block. We should be able to put this into this corner here, like this. And I have done a bit of experimentation, and there is this block here that should work. And that gives the, will give the base a nice neat turn. And drop that in there like that. I think that's going to work. I'm not going to put the roof on just yet, so I can work with the items here. Yeah, I'm liking that, guys. I'm definitely liking that. And I think what we're going to do now is I've got 73 blocks left. I'm just going to, now I've got to remember how to do this. You've got to put that into there. I think we're going to put the generator and the small constructor in. I think I can do this. Well, oops, back into first person. So I put the jetpack on. I think I have the generator in that corner, like that. Now the question is, I need to put this in the right place. So it's 1, 2, 3. I think we can rotate it so we got a little bit of a front on it, like that. That means the large constructor will go there, the advanced constructor will go there. The path is nice and clear. I'm gonna hook this. As I say, I'm not going to power the base up straight away. We'll put the fuel tanks there. And we'll put the you there. And you there. That's the 2 capacitors. And I think we're... what have we got here? Cargo box 5. And I think we'll just put the first 2 cargo boxes in there. Let's go to that. I've got 2 more. I think we'll put all 4 in this corner, like that. That will make the room. When the room will look a bit claustrophobic, but the idea is that once it's built, I'll have this passageway to walk through. But the idea is not to actually come in here and actually use them. The idea will be, let's break the link here. Oops, I've got 7 blocks in the whole vehicle. But the idea is that we're going to access the constructors and various items directly from this menu. So we've got this built. I mean, I'm a bit reluctant to power the base up at the moment, just in case I do get a problem. And the moment it's more about building up the items here, as I could. I think we're put in. Just make a connection there. Oh, that reminds me. A big thank you to Simon Boyland. He actually made quite a relevant point. Let me just get into the ship here. He was saying that if you're going to be making, oops, no, not that. If you're going to be making food, one way to do it is to actually hook up the fridge to the constructor, and then what you can do then is go here. So how much meat have I got? I've got 9. So if you want to make some steaks, and rather than doing what I was doing, which was moving everything back, is just flipping this connection over. And I think that's a very good idea, actually. Anyway, let's get back to building the. Sorry, we've got a container controller. I'll drop that in there. And I think this time, I think I've got some steel blocks I've made. Yeah. Wow, get 130 on here. That's good. Right, back to the build. Oops. I need some food as well. Right, F4. This is going to not go well. I think if we get in here, we connect to the fridge, we can cheat a little bit here. Because we're not breaking that link. And this should still work. Right, back to the build. And what I want to do now is... I've forgotten. Apologies, guys. That's it, yeah. I think if we come here, and then the idea is we'll have these blocks here. That will give me the height and width to mount a couple of turrets on the top. And that's going to come right through like that. Oops. And that's going to come through like that as well. Actually, I don't like that. We're going to change that. We'll press Control, and then what we're going to do is just fill in the whole roof like that. So we've now got that built in, we've got the room built in and done, and I definitely don't like this effect here. Well, when I say I don't like it, I think it's more of a case. I don't think it has to be concrete. Let me just think about this. Back to here. Let's get back here. Have I got any carbon substrate? No, I haven't. What do I want? Carbon compensates. I think if we make about 30 of those. And the other thing I'll probably want to do here is make some upgrade armoured windows. I think if we make about 30 of those, and we're also going to need, can I build doors? Yes. I think we'll make about 4 of those. I think they can go back in, and we're just going to hook out the concrete blocks for the moment. I think for now I can just stand on here rather than stand on the ship. And I think what I'm going to do is just keep extending this out for the moment. Ships on that side is a bit too close. And what I want to do is just hook this up again. Now we're very much in uncharted waters, because, as I say, I have a little bit of a plan for the. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Moral of the story is don't talk and build at the same time. We got 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Just check 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do the same on this side. This will make sense. 2, 3. I say this will make sense eventually, guys. And that's 1 block, so we need to go back to ordinary blocks. And okay, 1. This is starting to get a little bit of an edge, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, this could result in instability. I think we're just going to stabilise that corner there. I think I can go out another cotton drone like that. And we're just going to. That's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to come out here like this. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to turn that way. And what we're going to do is just drop this block on top of there and there. Definitely going to need some more concrete blocks, but I should be able to recover some from the in here with the carbon substrate. Now what I'm thinking is we're going to have a door here, windows here, then we're going to come out to a beachfront type effect there. I think I'm just going to cancel that. We should be able to pick up a few windows just to give you guys an idea of where I'm coming from. What we will do is come here, 8. I'm going to retrieve these blocks here. Take these out. Oops. Oops. And let's go back here. And I'm just going to go across like that. 1 in there, 1 in there. Actually, I think what we will do is change this a little bit. Yeah, I think that will work, and then we can rotate that in there. And I think we need that way. definitely need the texture tool in here because this is going to look pretty dark and awful to start with. And what we're going to do now is just move on to the, oops, let's use the drone for this. And come. And I think let's go 2 height windows there, there, and there. Oops, done it again. Two heights there. Got no idea how I'm going to turn this corner, guys. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Actually, I think we'll just have solid windows here. Don't want too many doors. Whoops. We'll put that area there like that. Better pick up that window here. That shouldn't be there. Pick that up. Hopefully the doors will be built by now. Oh, they're still building them. Oh, come on, game. I think what we're going to do is pull the steel blocks back and put that back into there. And I think we're going to have a go at putting the roof on here. Which could be fun, because there is this bug that when you build over something like this, these disappear, and it can be a little bit of a problem. Anyway, let's what we're going to do is just bring this all the way down to here. I got away with it that time. Got a feeling I'm not going to have enough steel blocks now. And that can come there like that. Yeah, we may not have enough steel blocks to fill in the... Press the control. Wow, just enough. So we've now got the machine room, we've got a residential room here. Now the question is, how am I going to turn this corner? I've got this block here. Now, I've got this here. Right, I think I'm going to go back. While I'm thinking about that, guys, oops, can't do that. Go in person because the drone can't connect to. Well, we got a couple of doors. I think what we're going to do is just put the concrete blocks back. Actually, I don't know why am I leaving my... Actually, let's just jump in here. Ooh. See the ship sag a little bit there? What's actually happening is when you use the portable constructor through the hover vessel, what's actually happening is the items in the portable constructor are technically inside of the hover vehicle's inventory. What you're actually doing is conning the game a little bit. So these 29 concrete blocks and one sheet of glass are actually inside of the hover vehicle, but they're not because they're actually on the hover vehicle's toolbar, if that makes sense, guys. I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to come here. And these are definitely the concrete blocks, aren't they? I think if I don't know why I'm saying we. And I think if we put that block there, like that, And let's put that block there and there. That now creates this effect here. And what I can do is, what was the one I used? This one, wasn't it? Let me just turn that, and then if we turn that in like that, and that like that. Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, oops. I'll just turn that in like that. That like that. And then that leaves this area here. So if we go to here. Why can't I see the glass? Let me just flip that. Sometimes it gets a bit confused. But if I get any real problems with drones, what I will probably do is change this to armoured glass. I think what we can do. So we've got a front edge now. I'm just going to put a little bit of a beachfront here. And we should be able to lock that in nice and solid. I'm going to think about this because I don't want a heavy, chunky pile of blocks going in. I think the interaction with the water we can leave to another day. I've got 3. I think I need 2 more doors. I'll just knock those out. We'll put a door here. Keep any antisocial creatures out. Also put a door here so that we got side entrances. Just going to pick up some glass. I've got obviously a little bit over enthusiastic with the glass. Just going to turn glass in there. And I'm just going to put that glass in there. I always put the doors in first before I put the pane above, because for some, is there a pane there? I think it's lighter because it's only single. Oops, no, don't want that. What I want to do is get out here. If we can pick up another couple of doors. Yep. 2 more doors. Actually, the one I did that. Whoops, nope. I don't want F3, I want ordinary 3. Put a door there. And I'm just going to get round. Whoops. Let the jetpack recharge, and I'm getting hungry. I'm just going to put that in there. It would go through food really quickly. Oops, I'm inside the spawn area. And we're just going to go up here. And hopefully actually, I think I made a mistake over here. Back to. I think I made a mistake with this one over here. This should be on the outside. Into 5. just going to take that into there. That keeps the shading consistent then. We've now built this up here, and I think the last thing I want to do is, well, just get across here, walk through here, do it nice and quick, because of course there's no power in the base, but it's not a problem, guys. As I say, I wanted to build the construction first. Let's go do that. We've got 20 steel blocks left. Luckily, I haven't been troubled by spiders yet. Go up here. And I want to get this finished. Rotate that in like that. That's what I'm looking for. Always oops, I think that was the position I was looking for. Pressing the key too quick. And that should rotate into there. So we've now got the base really working well. I think the next step I want to do is get rid of that. Now, I think if we come into here and break the link there, I'm not sure, can I make a wireless connector in here? No, how about my ship? Because of course I've got some options in here. So if I come in here, oops, we need to convert this back to the container controller. Can I make a wireless connector? Yes, I can. I'm just going to build that. You can see here, because I broke the link with these blocks attached, these blocks are now actually part of the small. Now you can see these blocks are now part of the hover vehicle inventory, not the portable constructor. Right. Oops. Ha. Can't do that. Just going to hook that onto there for the moment. And we're just going to jump into here. And where can I put the... I mean, I could just drop that there for the moment, or I put that up there. If necessary, I can put another cargo container in there. That should now give me the connection. So in theory now, if I point at that, we should now have the base. We choose, I think it was 5, wasn't it? So if we now go like that, come here, what we should be able to do is hook off some of this. Actually, I want to leave some in the portable constructor for a moment. For some reason, the cobalt ingots run 2 stacks. No idea why. Crushed stone. Maybe put some steel plates on here. And of course, I can put in as much as I want because this is the base cargo box, not this small ship. I think that's up some of that as well. And then if what should happen, I don't know why I did that, but if I cancel that now, that should all appear in the base constructor. Just like that, just like magic. And I've definitely got to eat, so vehicle, fridge. I'm just gonna heat this up. And I've got the power. We have the power. I think just to wind this up, guys, what I'm going to do now is, well, I don't know why I'm doing that, but we're going to come in here. We're going to drop in a great big chunk of fuel, and what we should be able to do now is come in here. This is connected up. What I want is I'm going to build the large constructor, get that underway, and I haven't powered the base on. This is where it's going to say your base is under attack. So that's now building that. I want something else and I can't remember what it is. I'm not going to worry about the solar panels just for the moment. We don't need that. I just need the large constructor built as quickly as possible. One thing I didn't build. Can I build it quickly over here? Or do I need... No, I need an ammo box. I think we can't build an ammo box until I've got the large constructor. Let's check. No, the ammo box is tied to that. I just want to check my personal inventory to make sure that's nice and loose. Oh, the other thing, did I actually unlock them? Miscellaneous. Is it tools? Yeah, I've got the texture tools. We should be able to knock off one of these as well. Got to get away, keep away from the generator. This is where it's going to be a little bit tricky. Vertical base. Bugger box 5. Why won't that? Okay, let's do it that way. And what I want to do is just drop that in there. We're going to hook this up to... No. I want you to 5. You to 5-1. So we've now got this up and running. Just going to cancel that. And what I do want in here is a ammo box. I'm just going to make that. And what we should now have is access to these as well. And I'm just going to drop that there. I suppose I'm going to have to put the ammo box, tuck the ammo box in there, like that. Glad I left the space now, but I could always put another cargo box in there if I need it. So I've got 4 cargo boxes, I've got an ammo box, I've got everything set up here. Obviously this all needs to be textured and ready to go, and it's got dark whilst I was actually doing this, guys. Right, let's just come outside. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys, because what I want to do is, well, hang on, we don't have a couple of blocks, we've got a couple of blocks missing there. Okay, sorry about this. Let me see. They're in the... I hook to the... No, I don't want that. I want F4, press the wrong keys. And I want to get to the hover vessel, and I'm just going to put that. Actually, I don't need that. I can just go like that, and we're just going to. And just to finish this video up, guys, I'm just going to finish this corner. It's going to drive me nuts. I'm just going to rotate that into the corner there, and. Oops. That completes that. We've got a nice platform on the top here. I may make it wider because what I would like to do is get the solar panels up here. but I certainly want to think about defences. I think the initial defences will be maybe 3 turrets or 2 turrets, 1 at each end, I think, to start with. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. As I say, what I will do is texture this whole base off camera, because that's going to take a little while. What I'll probably do is have like a brick base with something along the top here to make everything look a little bit more special. And of course, we've got everything powered up. I certainly need to texture in here to make this look a lot lighter than it should do. I think what we will do is, I think we'll make, what's that? That's 1,000, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll get the large constructor knocking out some of those, and the other thing I'm just going to do while I'm thinking about it is I'm just going to hook these out as well. And I've got distracted again. This is definitely where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.